If you're a homesteader, chances are you have livestock, and if you have livestock, some point in your life you're gonna have to move them. Today we're gonna show you how to do a low-cost DIY livestock trailer using an IBC tote and a U-Haul open-air rental trailer. Over the last decade of our homesteading life, we have done all sorts of things to move livestock. We've put them in the back of our van. We've rented U-Haul closed air trailers and stuck them in there. We've put them in the back of pickup trucks with wire grates. We've put pigs in dump trailers to bring them to the butcher. Oh boy.
One got out.
Yep. Unfortunately, all those other solutions are not really good. Putting animals inside your van, sometimes the animals stink or are too big to fit. Putting animals in the back of a pickup truck is a lot of times very drafty and they can wind up getting sick. Plus it's really hard to pick a full-size pig up and put them in the back of a pickup. When you are loading and moving livestock, you want something low to the ground that you can let the livestock go into and then get on the road nice and easy. And that's what we're gonna do with this IBC tote, and it's gonna cost you way less money than owning a livestock trailer. In the past, we have tried moving them in rental U-Hauls, those closed air ones. That's not good. The ventilation is really bad in those and they can overheat. It's okay for short trips in the cold, but you don't want to bring livestock in those. Plus, it's not really allowed in their agreement. Instead, we're going to be creating a nice little livestock trailer tote that can be loaded onto an open air U-Haul trailer and socked down with some good heavy duty ratchet straps. These IBC totes, you can find them on Craigslist. We found this one for $60. It's a 330 gallon IBC tote. This project is gonna cost you $60 for the tote, and then every time you rent that U-Haul trailer, you're gonna spend $100, $200, which if you only once a year have to bring pigs to the butcher or a male goat, back after leasing it, is a lot cheaper. It would take you so many years before you added up to that $5,000 livestock trailer. This is a much better option for most homesteaders. We got a lot of work to do. Let's dive right in. So basically, to turn this into a tote that can carry our livestock and go up on a livestock trailer or on a trailer, we have to basically just cut a door. We are going to put some vents in it because, as you can see, it's clear plastic, and on a hot day that'll get really hot inside. Driving down the highway, we can open up our vents and get airflow through this to make sure the temperature isn't too high. But the vents also need to be able to be closed in case of bad weather on a cold day. To cut through that metal frame, we're going to be using a Sawzall with a metal blade. Make sure when you're cutting through that you have ear and eye protection. Little shards of metal can go flying, and getting that in your eyes is not fun. So to cut the metal out of the way, we used a Sawzall that with a metal blade can cut right through these metal pieces of conduit, no problem. We pulled the metal off. There were some sharp edges, so first I took a metal file and just filed away at those sharp edges. And then to just get them real smooth, make sure there was nothing that would catch me or an animal, I took a palm sander with a heavy grit to them. A grinder would work better if you had one. I just didn't have one, and the end result with the palm sander was just fine. So the sandpaper on the palm sander did okay. It definitely beveled the edges. I'll be able to do a better job once I cut the plastic out, but because I'm going to be working around here, I wanted to just get some of it a little bit more smooth. Look at this majestic pup. He's so majestic. Oh yes, are you a majestic pup? You're good. The next stage here is to cut the plastic out for the door, and I'm doing that with the same metal tip for the saw that we used with the Sawzall. All right, come on, pups. done with the door. What I've used here is just a little, it's like a barn latch. It stops behind this good and solid. This bungee is attached with this little clamp here. It's just a little added strength just to keep this from getting pushed in as you're driving, you know, just a little extra. You could even put 2 of them across if you had an animal that you were worried about, like maybe a pig pushing out. I'm not worried because it's just a go and he'll respect this no problem. One of the nice things about these IBC totes is they work well with bungees. Wait, I almost forgot, we gotta put vents in here. I want a couple vents to catch air as we're driving. So I need to have some vents to open up to let cold air come in and keep him refreshed. To get this rubber flap door in place, I just slid it down behind the metal grate, put it in position. Now we actually have a vent in the front. So this will be the front driving down the road. If it looks like the animal's in here getting too hot, if the sun's going through this white plastic, pull over on the side of the road. Pop this guy loose. These bungee hooks go right perfectly to this. We pull the little flap up and lock it with the bungee strap itself, and then just go like that to secure it all. Now we got some air flowing in there, cooling things down. And if we wind up, temperature goes down, maybe some rain comes and we don't want rain blowing in there, that's what this flap's for. We just loosen it again. Close this guy, drop our flap down, secure it, and we are back on the road. Nice rubber flap to keep the rain from blowing in there. There'll still be a little bit of air getting in, so there'll always be a little bit of fresh air, good fresh oxygen. And that's that for our vent. So now we got a working vent, we got a working door. Let's see if we can get a goat in it. I know you saw me carry that over here on tractor forks, but these are not so heavy that 2 like grown men couldn't lift them up. So if you don't have a tractor, don't be afraid to use this as a solution. Loading it into our car, it was just me and another guy and we were able to load it. So you can lift it, and Dolly's help moving them too. Anytime you want to get a goat to go anywhere, all you need is a scoop of feed. Worked, first try. That's awesome. That wasn't hard either. So now it's time to secure our box here, our IBC tote, to a U-Haul rental trailer. As you can see, it's been a few days. I got a haircut. The point here is get that done a few days before you even get your trailer. Make sure that's working good, test it out. Now we have a U-Haul one-way open air trailer. We have some commercial grade ratchet straps. These are 1,600 pounds each strap. And then for the backs, we have 10-foot, 1,000 pound. These are 1,600 pound. 2 in the front, 2 in the back to lock this guy down so it doesn't move. One of the reasons we used an IBC tote here is because it has all of this good hard metal that is very easy to put a ratchet hook on. And now we have in the trailer down here some D-rings gonna be locked in solid. We're actually gonna go into the corner so that we lock in both of our corners right at that corner point and it doesn't slide on us. So we're gonna attach this right here in the corner. Ratchet strap's gotta be able to open. Now I'm gonna attach the strap part down into the D-ring in the bottom of this trailer. So let's do that. All 4 corners are ratcheted down and connected to the bottom D-rings. And once you got it where you want it, we're gonna tie this slack up so it's not all flapping in the not all flapping in the wind.
That's where you have the Lego brain here.
That's right. As you can see, it is now secure at each corner. These really strong ratchet straps. You can't do anything to that. It is it's like it's part of the trailer, which is what we want. By my calculations, you could fit 2 of these IBC totes in this trailer and still have room in the back for a couple hay bales to squeeze them all together nice and tight. Which means you could put 2 goats in each tote, 2 totes on each trailer. You could move easily 4 goats with this. Your totes are multi-purpose. When you're done using them on the trailer, you put them out in a field and now they're a little goat house. And when you get pigs, you want to pick up a bunch of feeder pigs, you can put them in the totes and keep them nice and warm. And every time you want to do this in the future, you already have bought your totes. They were 60 bucks a pop for us. All you have to do is pay the 150 bucks for the rental of the trailer. Again, livestock trailer you can spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on. If you do this once or twice a year, it's gonna take you a long time till you get to the livestock trailer. If you're headed in that direction, sure, maybe start saving your money for the livestock trailer. But if just once or twice a year, you know, every couple of years you need one, this is a good option for pretty much anything under the size of a cow. You won't be able to use this to move cows, but I'm sure we could come up with another solution for that. Just comment below, what would you do to use this to move a cow?
You can fit like 60 chickens in the tote.
Oh, you could stack that full of chickens. It's a good way to bring chickens to the butcher. Great, livestock DIY. All right, we gotta go load a goat up and take him back to his home. We had a buck on the property that we were breeding to our does, and he has to go home and he's way too stinky to put in the back of our van. So that was why we did this project. You guys ready to load a goat up?
Yes, for only you to go.
Let's go load a goat. This trailer worked great. If you check in next week, we'll have a video where you can see the road trip where we took the buck back and everything went really smoothly. If you want a little bit more help building this, there's an extended version of this video in the Pioneer library. I break down a little bit more of the process. Is wider. It's not a perfect square. It's wider one direction and narrower the other. So we're going to cut the door on the wider section. I also give you kind of a master class on how to use ratchet straps if you don't know how to use them. Attaching your ratchet strap. First, it has to be able to ratchet. So if you attach it like this. All of our DIY projects have extended versions in the Pioneer library at thisishomesteady.com. It's $5 a month to be a Pioneer. You get all kinds of bonus content. And best of all, you help us keep this show going. So every day you can check in on YouTube and watch our video. Pioneers, check out the extended version and click here to become a Pioneer if you're not already one.